Greyson, we were talking about how, look, I've been doing this for years. In the old days, if you wanted to have a music career, you had to get someone at a music company, a record company, we used to call them, to discover you. And, you had to go through their system. Of course. But you know what? You are definitely, I'm going to say, the ambassador of the new way that now musicians are born and careers are born. I mean.
Well, I was with, after the video, I was with a really big label, probably one of the biggest in the world, actually, and I worked really hard with them. And it's nothing to be sad about. One thing happened to another, and it didn't work out.
Why did it not work out, in your opinion?
I think, for me, it was, I had a lot of heat going into everything. And then the second that there was just a less amount of that heat.
You didn't feel supported.
A lot of people left. Yeah, which, again, it's not, I don't want to come across and say I'm like pointing some like sort of thing over.
No, let's blame people. Yeah. Let's play the blame game.
But you're right. Now it's like, for me, I took some time off and I'm back now. I'm 18, so I feel a little older, a little wiser. And to me, it's like, I put out music to my fans and to the people who support it, and we play shows to them. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters, is those guys, Well,
listen to his voice. You just heard this. This is the produced track. It's a beautifully produced song if you buy it online. But the video that hit it all, he sounded like this. See, I mean, there is a little bit of a change in the voice. I mean, was that awkward? What's it? I don't remember what it was like with my voice changing. But see, I wanted to do radio when I was your age, and they would never hire a pipsqueak sounding kid like that. But do you think maybe it was more of a novelty for some people? Like, oh, there's this cute kid who has great talent.
Well, I was super young, too. I put out my first LP when I was 14.
Right.
And so, I always say, it's like people ask me, they're like, okay, well, do you still listen to it? I'm like, well, not really, because it was like what 14-year-old Greyson was into. And I love the record at the time, that sort of thing. For me, what was interesting is I think a lot of people will say, oh, the voice change wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it wasn't that hard to get through. Z100, Elvis Duran show, I'll be the first person to say, it is terrible.
It's awkward, isn't it?
Do you have to work with like a voice coach and everything?
You have to give it time. Like, you just have to like lay back, relax, and just sort of let it happen.
Well, you seem very chill. You seem like a chill, very relaxed guy. Yeah. But that's also an awkward time in your life because you're growing up. Yeah. You're like, oh my God, my voice is going through these changes. I've got pimples. Where are these funny hairs coming from? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what else? Like a lot of these now young musicians are becoming very popular. You guys are really taking care of your own business in a very different way than I think generations prior. Yeah. You look at like Taylor Swift. I mean, she makes all her own decisions. It's amazing. And you seem like you're totally grounded and you're paying attention to like who's supporting you and who's not. I think that's amazing too.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, we kept it. Where I'm from, it's family or nothing. So, my dad helps me out, looks out for me, and does that sort of thing. So, yeah, I'm just, for me, it's like we're so blessed to live in this world where we can get things out so quickly.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Yeah, so I'm going to take advantage of it and let the fans be able to hear the music.
So I tell you the story. Yesterday, we had Greyson on the Today Show as my artist that you need to meet. He performed his heart out. And we were like, oh my gosh, Kathy Lee and Hoda, they actually put their wine glasses down for a moment and they listened. Through the wine buzz, they heard him and they enjoyed him. And then when we were done, we were leaving, I received a text, hey, no one on the East Coast saw Greyson's performance because the President of the United States made a speech.
Right.
So your mom in Oklahoma saw it, so every other time zone saw it, but East Coast didn't see it.
That's too bad.
I was like, damn it to hell.
Wow.
I know.
What is it with him?
It was a little tough. When I was on the phone with him yesterday afternoon, I was just like, man, out of all times that you could talk about Guantanamo, like, we've had a lot of time to talk about it.
Exactly.
And,
why when I'm on?
It's here and now, dude. And then Michelle got involved. It was a whole thing, dude. I mean,
Michelle got involved.
And so this morning I walked up to Greyson. Greyson, I'm so sorry that happened. He's like, it's okay. in his Greyson way, hey man, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm like, well, no. So what we did for everyone on the East Coast who did not see the Today Show performance, which was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Go to ElvisDuran.com. We have it right there on the cover page, so you can listen to it. So what do you do next? We have an EP coming out in a few weeks, right?
Yeah, it's coming out in a few weeks. I have to go back to, I'm off to LA today, actually, because now it's like the final I mean, you know, us artists are very like crazy and particular about our work. So I'm gonna go back to LA and like fine tune everything, make sure that there's not like one song on the EP that's all the crazy stuff. And we're gonna get an EP out. I have a documentary coming out towards the end of April, beginning of May. It's basically gonna talk about my entire story. From point A to now, and just gonna continue to put out music.
Wow.
And
he's writing his memoirs already.
I know. He's 18. Greyson, you were incredible.
Oh, thank you.
And I love that we are going to watch your story unfold. So we have a 50-yard line seat.
That's awesome.
You like that?
Yes.
Bobby Flay, aren't you glad you came in today?
I know, this is so exciting. No, it really is. It's fantastic.
All right, so where are we going to see you next? Do you have any other performances coming up that the president can interrupt? The president was on the phone. Can you ask him when I can interrupt him again?
Yeah, right?
Thank the Lord. We've had 2 very early mornings, so I'm about to get on a flight back to LA, and I'm about to sleep and get back and finish this EP.
Okay, Greyson Chance. Everyone can find your music, of course, searching for Greyson Chance and following you at Greyson Chance.
Yeah, all the socials, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Shazam, all that stuff.
Hit it up.
Yeah, we're there.
And hit up iTunes. That's where you can
and
find
iTunes too.
That's
Yes.
where you go. Greyson Chance, everyone. Thank you.